Hello and welcome to another Ivan's number one garage video. Today I'm talking about the my Porsche 987.1, and this video is just about top tips on rear brake handbrake lining removal, hand replacement. So as I have a previous video talking about doing the discs, the brake discs on the back. So once again, I have 5 subheadings here, just talking through the job. This is not a step-by-step how to do the job. It just tells you a few tips on, make your job a lot easier. So point number 1 is, I have it, how difficult or task severity. I gave this about a 7 or an 8. It's not a particularly easy job because the handbrake linings are a bit of a pig really to do. I mean, I'm just, I'm not a mechanic or nothing. I just do jobs and here and there. I mean, if you had a lift, I don't have a lift. I'm doing it on the ground. I don't have the really proper tools to do, So you want to think fairly hard about this job because it can go wrong and you might end up with more of a headache than it's worth. So that's it, 7 or 8 I give in severity. Item 2 is parts. Obviously apart from the handbrake linings themselves. On the lining there is springs, and so there's a series of these. So in each lining, in each side of the car, there's 1 spring at the top, 2 in the 2 compression springs in the side, and 1 on the bottom. Definitely buy the 4 circular compression, and because I had a nightmare taking off mine. I broke 2, and then I only bought 2, and then putting the other old ones on. So just buy 4 new of them round spring loaded ones, and so they'd be the round ones. They're kind of on the 9 and 3 o'clock position when you look at your disc, and then there's 1 top and bottom. I mean, definitely buy the 2 bottom springs because they're a bit of a the top one was okay actually, so I'd recommend buying the 4 spring loaded ones and the 2 bottom springs. So that's on parts. 3, obviously, if you've seen the first part of this video, I'm talking about safety, so you've jacked up the car and made it safe. I would definitely wear eye protection doing this job, because if one of them springs, it's a bit of a pig to do. So wear eye protection. If one of them springs flies and hits you, didn't bear thinking about. But so part 4, disassembly. So obviously follow the steps in my previous video or look on YouTube to see how to do it. So you take off the wheels, the discs, the calipers, and then so you're looking then at your brake linings. So slacking off obviously the handbrake, adjusting at the top. Then it's fairly straightforward removing these units, but what the 5 way I did it was slacken off the handbrake adjustment at the top, remove the top spring, push and rotate the springs, the 9 and 3 o'clock position ones. So you push and rotate the 9 o'clock one, you push and rotate it anti-clockwise. The 3 o'clock one, you push it and you rotate it clockwise, I believe, but just check that about. But it's a push and a rotate. And then remove the bottom spring with neat loose pliers. So it comes off. Assembly, I did have a look in other videos how to put it back together. I disagreed with a lot of the way people were talking about that you put the linings on like that and attach the bottom spring. That just didn't work for me with the tools I had. I found it just because the bottom spring is kind of twisted, so it's quite difficult. So I couldn't do it. So the way I did it was, I got the two the handbrake brake linings, attached the spring at the bottom, and then kind of wrapped it around. And then when you get it, because there's the handbrake where it comes out of the bottom, where there's the cable, it hooks on there. So once you got that spring into place, then you can do the two compression springs, the 9 and the 3, or whatever you're looking at it that way. So when I'm saying 9, I'm saying as you look on it. So push them in, twist them. Insert the top spring with a needle nose pliers. It's relatively easy, that one. And then insert the top handbrake adjustment. It's a little kind of a wheel that runs in and out. Then what you want to do is, once you've that in place and it's at the loosest possible point, to adjust the handbrake, what I did was, when I had the disc on, I flicked it up or down until the handbrake was out, so it wouldn't let the disc, and then slacken it off maybe 3 or 4 flicks of the screwdriver until it's free. So it must be quite free, and then you can test it with the car. But that's it really on the top tips for the 987.1 rear brake handbrake lining removal and replacement. So just think about this job. There's a fair bit of kind of head scratching when you're trying to put that bloody thing back on. If you've done a lot of maintenance, or if you had a lift, it'd be ideal, but on the ground trying to do this is not that great. But anyway, as before in my other video, I'll put these notes into the description, so it might help somebody. So, see how you go. But yeah, it's all back together. What led to me doing the brake lining was the handbrake was, when I was driving the car, there was this kind of a noise that said, oh my god, this is a bearing or something. So it wasn't a wheel bearing, it wasn't the IMS bearing. So what it must have been was the handbrake lining. And actually, when I disassembled it, it was correct, is that the lining had come off from the pad had come off from the main body of it, so that was creating this noise. So it did do the job. I probably saved myself, labor cost in a garage. But yeah, it's satisfying when you do the job and it's all back together. But when the whole thing is disassembled on the ground and you're saying, why did I do this? So anyway, that's it. Hope you liked the video. So if you did, give us a like, subscribe, and hit the notification. And we'll see you soon. Take care. Bye.